Hello, bom dia, bienvenidos, Suska con Water Arts. Welcome to today's episode. We're going to be talking about some very important things here. This episode is intended to provide you with a blueprint for 3D mastery. Now, when we talk about 3D, 4D, 5D, it's important that we take the appropriate measures, the steps to give us the tools and the energy to help with this process. It's important to recognize that the other dimensions before we go ahead and try to skip ahead to 5D. When we talk about dimensions, for me, and this is just my experience, this is not meant to be facts or to be the exact way. Everyone has their own special way of finding their path. So I like to think about the first and second dimension. When we talk about that, I like to think about space and time. When you think about space, I think about length, width, height, length times width times height, mass and volume, and then, of course, everything that's outside of that. That's space. That is space. So that includes physical objects, that includes the air, the stars, the planets. These are all dimensions. So it's important that we understand that the first and second dimension are synonymous with space and time. And when you think about time is important because time does not stand still. When I think about time, I think about mathematics. And mathematics, you can count forever. You can count to infinity. There are infinity amount of numbers. So when I think about space and time, there is infinity space. The universe is constantly expanding, moving outwards. And of course, when we start to think about things like black holes, that is condensation, condensing of matter. So it's pulling things in. So there's this balance of expansion and pulling in. So before I get into the third dimension, I just like to briefly mention that. So space and time, space, length times width times height. Time doesn't stop. Math does not stop. The universal expansion does not stop. So those are important things to think about when you consider the third dimension. And so this video is actually going to be about mastering that third dimension, mastering your 3D reality, your 3D timeline, your 3D consciousness. Those are all terms that are synchronized. They're synonymous with each other. Timeline, consciousness, form. When you take space and time and then you add consciousness, that is who we are. We're humans. We have mass, we have volume, we age, we grow, we expand, and then as we get much older, we start to condense, we start to shrink, and then we return back to our source. So that's wonderful. I want to embrace 3D reality. I want to help you to be your best form, be your best self. So then when you start to incorporate 4D and 5D, you can stay in that vibration for longer periods of time. When we talk about ascending to 4D, 5D, that is raising your vibration. You want to raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, it's contagious. And you start to raise the vibration of people around you, not just people. You raise the vibration of plants, animals. It's really contagious. And when we think about it, we're all part of the same oneness. We're all part of the same universe. We are all in this together. So let's collaborate. Let's do our best to bring others up. When you bring people down, when you let things like fear, doubt, hate, when you let those things into your vibration, into your personal space, that can be detrimental to your growth. So this video is intended to give you some tools, give you a blueprint to help you master that third dimension, so then it'll be much easier when you're stressed out, that you can keep your vibration at a higher level. If you don't master 3D, it's going to be difficult for you to stay in a high vibration. And you may find that you get stuck in the past, you get anxious about the future, and that takes you away from the present. So understanding that 3D, that is us, that is who we are. We shouldn't shy away from it. We should embrace it. So definitely in my experience, being able to raise my vibration, I use movement expressions. Movement expressions, stretching with yoga, Kundalini yoga, that's great for helping you raise your vibration. Qigong, adding that belly breathing, that helps produce a calming sensation that brings oxygen into your blood, feeds your cells, gives you energy. That can raise your vibration. Tai Chi is, that's my bit of my bias. I try not to play favorites, but Tai Chi is the ultimate expanser. It allows you to move your energy throughout all the nooks and crannies. Tai Chi, that's one of my biases, but I don't play favorites. So yes, using these tools, meditation will help you raise your vibration most definitely. And like I said, martial arts, of course, that's not for everyone, but that allowed me to be comfortable within myself, help me to release my ego. That raises your vibration. That helps you to ascend. That helps you master your form. Mastery of your form. Realizing your full potential. You're a conscious being. These tools, these movement expressions, they're amazing to help you raise your vibration. And by no means does everyone have to do those. There are people who can raise their vibration other ways. By choosing to be open, saying yes to the universe, yes to your full conscious, that can help you raise your vibration. So mentally, we can master 3D through knowledge, through education, social media connections, the things that we're doing right now. I have so many wonderful friends I've met through Facebook, through Instagram. Shout out to some new subscribers in Africa. We got Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana in the house. Shout out to Brazil in the house, Argentina, Peru. Muchas gracias. I'm so thankful that you guys are on board. We're connecting major grids here. and connecting all these wonderful ideas, all these wonderful people. We all help raise each other's vibration so that we can realize our utmost potential. So, how do we raise our vibration again? How do we master 3D? Through the movement expressions, through our mind, through acquisition of knowledge, education. And then the last thing I want to talk about is diet. Diet is so important. Your diet will help you raise or lower your vibration. One of the things that I have found out recently is I have started to limit the amount of meat that I am consuming. I'm limiting, I've pretty much stopped red meat intake. I have stopped pork for some time, and some dairy, a lot of dairy. I've kind of cut out dairy, except for pizza. Love pizza. But your diet, incorporating vegetables, fresh fruits. The fresher the food, the less ingredients, the better. You want to limit the amount of preservatives that you ingest. So limit frozen foods, limit fast food. Do your best to raise your vibration through your diet. That is important, very, very important. So with these tools that I'm talking about here, in my experience, these have allowed me to transform, make the necessary changes so that I can raise my vibration and then help other people to raise their vibration. And that contributes to the collective conscious. And so as we ascend into 4D and beyond, into 5D, unconditional love, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm so happy, so blessed to share this with you. Please do your best to raise your vibration. If you have some other ways that you have found that helps you raise your vibration, help you to ascend your timeline, raise your consciousness, master your form, please comment those below. Thank you so much. I'm Scott with Wavewater Arts. 안녕하세요.